Gotta get the chair out of here. Okay. I feel like every start to my videos recently have just been me entering in through my door. Ugh, okay. Where to begin for this episode? Now, this episode's probably gonna be a little bit late by like 2 or 3 days. But I have a good reason for it. One minor detail is that I work mid-shifts at my job, so I have no morning, and then I want to go to the gym afterwards, so my entire day is just completely gone. And in the meantime, I've been working on a little gift for you guys, and I just got finished with it today, and that is I came out with my very own pack. Okay, so we are already done with this video. I kind of forgot that I wanted to go over how to download it. It's not too complicated. I just feel like if you don't know exactly what's going on, you might miss it. I do want to say this is only going to be an Instagram only giveaway. It's very simple. You can just follow me, and then you can go over to my website over here, click on it, and then all you gotta do is click on it right here. It says Simulation Recreation. This is the recreation kit, and then you're gonna hit download. It will take a few minutes, but once you're done with that, you're gonna go ahead and open up the file. It's a zip file, and then you're just gonna go and hit extract to wherever you want it to, and then put it into your FL Studio. If you guys don't know how to do that, just go ahead and Google it. This is not gonna be a tutorial on how to put your kits inside of your FL Studio. Very simple though, it should not take you more than 5 minutes. All of this stuff, this is all the loops that I have, all of my melody loops, some drum loops that I have, and then even some dialogue that you guys have been asking for. And some of these melodies are taken from my personal tracks that I've made, some videos that I've made with it, and don't worry, I'm not gonna be copyright striking you guys or anything like that. This is all gonna be royalty-free sounds. This is just a thank you for everybody that's come over to this channel recently. And it's not just a melody loop kit, I actually do have some drums in here too. I've got my 808s, some kicks, snares, got some hi-hats here. It's got a little bit of everything. Now granted, there are larger sample packs out there. This one's, I believe, is, how much did I put it in here for? It's got 39 sounds, and it's only at 113 megabytes too, so it should not actually be that taxing in your guys' memory. And all of the melody loops in here range from stuff that you guys have never heard before, and that I've never showed you, to some of the beats that I've made that I know you guys really like. Like, here's a little sample that I'm gonna have from my dialogue. I think you guys might recognize this one. Part of what makes us human is imperfection. The true challenge is being okay with being imperfect. Being okay with being human. Now, generally, that video is where you guys came from, so I think you guys might be able to recognize that one. That's from the Lo-Fi Weekly video that I did on their channel. So I figured today we kind of go over the pack a little bit, show you guys some of the melodies, show off some of the drums. I'll go make a beat with it too, and show you guys like kind of like what my creative process was and how I kind of envisioned this to be. And this first melody I made for a friend a while ago, he actually quit making music, which is kind of sad, but he actually never ended up using it. It's still a really good sample, so I figured I might as well give it to you guys and see what you guys think. And then this one, I actually spent like a day, or like, I spent like 2 hours just making melodies. And this is one that I came up with, and generally my melodies will have, if they're 8 bars long, there's technically 2 4-bar loops inside of the 8-bar loop, okay? So the first part is gonna be like an intro, or just like a small part, and then the second part is gonna have more elements, more instruments, or it's another melody or something like that. This piano is really good. And one thing that I was really concerned about when making this this pack was, it can be kind of annoying to know if I should leave this trailing off or keep it cut like this so where it's easily loopable and you can tell exactly where it starts and ends. But if you don't want to use a sample anymore, and I already have a ton of reverb on the instruments, then it's just gonna sound like it's just like dead audio. And I always hate that whenever I get a sample packet. But then this right here, great, now it trails off perfectly. But now what if you're at like 120 BPM or something like that? That's really weird. But now you've got no idea where it actually ends. So the only thing that I can recommend is if you should get the sample first, go to the BPM that it says, cut it, and then go down to the BPM that you think that you would like, and then you can stretch it out a lot easier like that, and then you can always add this back once you are back in the project. And this next one is actually from the track I'd Die. I think it's one of the best tracks I've produced. In fact, I've actually gotten a few things from this track. I've got one melody here, and then 2 different dialogue, but we'll go over that in a second. And again, that will loop perfectly once we actually get that loop going on. And this one's kind of funny. It says 70 BPM in parentheses 140. That's because the loop is actually in 140, but I didn't want to put lo-fi in the title with 140 BPM. That's just kind of weird. So I just used halftime. And then also if you want to, again, just cut it by that, and then you can actually stretch it out. I used it by with the 100 BPM, and it worked out pretty good too. Making this pack and making this video right now about it is kind of a trip down memory lane. I've made these melodies and this dialogue, some of them even months ago. Like this next one is Love Letter, and this is a track that I produced when I was 3 months into producing, maybe 4. And to this day, it's actually my only track I've ever made that has been turned into a full song.
Can see you walking in the dark. So break my heart.
And I really wanted to put the chords in here too with the melody, but it is a song on Spotify where I share the royalties for it, so I couldn't have the piano with the chords and the melody in there. But I did make this very generic little melody that adds a lot of emotion, but it's very generic. You don't have to worry about it being copyrighted or anything like that. And for these melodies that don't really have too much to them, if you're kind of like stuck in a track one day and you're trying to find another melody, you're already at like 140 BPM and you know that you're in the C minor scale, just go and slap it on there and that might even work. Like that's how I actually made Love Letters. I got one small sample that was just like this, not very complex at all, and I made it into a full song. So don't knock these little samples. They might give you some really good inspiration. And this one I think you guys are really gonna like. This is probably my favorite one that I've off of the kit in general. It's really freaking good. And it just loops so perfectly too. And this one is unfortunately, and I have not gotten a chance to talk about this in a video just yet, this is the melody that I used to commemorate and tribute to Juice WRLD. It was so weird hearing about that. You know, this is like the first artist that I've actually known about before he passed away. You know, XXX is one of my favorite artists of all time, but I found him after he passed away. So waking up and hearing this news, and I wasn't the biggest fan of Juice WRLD, but his story really inspired me, how him and Internet Money, Nick Mira really teamed up and made this huge movement, and it's always been really inspiring to me. So hearing that he died really kind of put me in a funk a little bit. I'm not quite out of it yet. But I am really glad to be able to put that out for you guys in order to make you guys' own tracks. If you guys have not seen that one, I put it out the day that he passed away. The video of me making a tribute beat for him. And man, this melody, I can't even remember the last time that I made this one. And yeah, this one I think I made a long time ago too. Yeah, I did. Okay, now we've got dialogue from Experiment 129. It seems that Experiment 129 is experiencing forms of aggression.
Do you truly think you're gonna get out of here alive, huh? Well, tell me. How do you really plan to do that?
And now finally the drum loops. If you guys have not noticed, I've actually used this sample in a lot of my other tracks to the point where it was almost a little bit lazy of me. I would just put it on any beat and it would just sound amazing. You put this on any track and it's gonna sound good. Now I think it is time to go ahead and make a beat. And yeah, the one that I want to use is the Nightmare Before Christmas one. I'm gonna go down to 110. And also, like I said, these drums work on pretty much anything, so I'm gonna go and use it for this beat too. I'm gonna time shift it so it's on beat, right over there, and then use the glitch, put it on time 2. Then I'm gonna hit automate, volume, and then if you double click on the sample, you can go over here and hit generic, so it's bleeding a little bit too, so there's no clicking or popping. Alright, now this beat legitimately took me like 30 seconds. I really didn't even cut it all that much. So let's go and hear what it sounds like, off of like minimal effort. So that just goes how simple and easy it is to make a beat with this pack. Alright, and I do want to show you guys some of the one shots that I've gotten here too. I think that my favorites in the kick are either going to be It's a Kick or Lard. God, I hate that name, but I gave it that as like a project name and it's kind of stuck. I'm gonna try using Lard. And these are the 808s. I'm gonna show you, I'm gonna save the best one for last, alright? This one's Monsta. Super ignorant. I honestly can only see that being made for a few different type of beats. That one's pretty good. A little more relaxed, but still pretty ignorant. And just kind of like a shorter one. And this one is the one that I'm actually super proud of. This is Bwong. That's my jam. I love that one. I feel like I captured a really good like in between of super ignorant but not annoying. You know what I mean? Alright guys, that's gonna be it. Thank you much for watching. I really do appreciate it. And thank you for everything you guys have done recently with the whole, everything from the Lo-Fi Weekly channel, for you guys coming on over. And I hope that this shows just a little bit of how much I really am appreciating you guys. And by all means, feel free to tell me if you hated this pack, if you loved it, if you want me to do more of these, or if I just missed it, or if it's just okay, anything like that. I will not take it personally, as long as you're not a dick about it. Alright guys, I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.